How y'all doing? Hope all is well out there. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. And I have my good friend with me here today, Miss Lydia, on the platform today. And we're going to be discussing the um, the interview that Miss Tashira Simmons did with Carlos King the other
Mm-hmm.
day. And that was a good interview. I was a little bit hesitant to watch it at first because I don't, DMX, he played a I'm not gonna say a big role, but he was, I listened to him a lot coming up, you know, and he was very, I was there when they recorded a lot of his music at Sony Studios. And you try to forget things and just move on, right? You don't want to like open old wounds, if that makes sense. So,
Mm-hmm.
but something told me in my spirit to watch it, and I watched the beginning of it. I think it was the clips that drew me to it, that drove me to it. So um it was a great interview. I feel like she has a book coming out. So her book, she was pretty much on there promoting her book. I don't know if you knew that, but the book should be coming out, and I think I'm going to read it. I think I'm going to definitely read that book to because some of those stories she had that she was talking about was crazy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
the story about her mother
Yeah.
leaving her and her siblings to be with her father's father, her grandfather, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much, and
Mm-hmm.
coming back 5 years later. I mean, 5 years later, 5 years later to with a baby. You understand what I'm saying? So that was really that was something else. But one of the things that really stuck out the most, and I think is what's been going viral with the Carlos King and that whole interview, was her being celibate for 10 years. And I think that's a conversation, you know what I'm saying, that I'm glad you on here as a woman, as a black woman,
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
discuss this with me, because y'all look at it differently than men. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you have some men that celibate too. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
think the longest I've done it probably was maybe like about maybe like 6 months or almost a year or something like that. If
I
that,
mean, that's
you
that's that's
know.
good progress. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe on an interview, she said, "Yo, just try it for a year. Just try it for a
Mm-hmm.
year."
Mm-hmm.
And it's a so I did a little bit of research when it comes to difference between celibacy and abstinence,
Mm-hmm.
right? So abstinence is more or less of you just not wanting to have sex, not wanting to have any type of sexual relations with, someone, right? And celibacy, it's the same thing, but it deals more with you, a spiritual connection and wanting to rebuild yourself. You understand what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Or to just grow in different areas of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that also might include like not drinking, not taking any drugs.
Mm-hmm.
All, it's an umbrella of different things that uh that pretty much defines the difference between celibacy and abstinence. So
Mm-hmm.
my first question to you is, have you ever experienced a timeline in your life where you found that you needed to be celibate or practice abstinence?
Okay, I'm gonna go there drinking.
So
Like
that's
I
more
think those are
that's more
just
celibacy. Okay.
yeah, like those are just showing that you have some sort of discipline, and discipline
Yeah.
is needed in every like aspect of your life. So I do try to do things like that.
Mhm.
Even people that want to lose weight, they try to do like 30 days, no carbs, no sugar,
Mhm.
no salt, no fast food. So think in
Mhm.
aspects of that, yes, I have done things like that.
Mhm.
Um I do think more, especially our generation, I think more people should practice celibacy because it's a whole bunch of soul ties and a lot of people's feelings get hurt, and then it's a lot of mixed emotions where you think someone feels a certain way about you, but then you realize it's not like that. They're just using you for pleasure, using you for this time being, and then
Temporary
yeah, then they're gonna leave you and be with somebody else that they genuinely like. So
Airbnb.
Yeah. I'm here for this
Airbnb.
time, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave you, go to the next person.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not gonna stay in this position or situation for
mhm,
no more than 30 days.
mhm,
Or else it becomes an attachment.
mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
So
this is why I also feel like titles are needed too, because
mm,
what's the point of doing like boyfriend and girlfriend things and not just
hmm
not slapping a title on it? Like, you're just confusing
hmm
everybody. Like, we go
okay.
out, we spend time with each other,
hmm
we buy each other things,
hmm
but I'm not your girl, you're not my guys. Like, it's just a whole bunch of
hmm
confusion. Which is why
Yeah.
what she did is good. Like, you need to be celibate and abstinent so you can have like a clear understanding and a clear direction of what it is and what it's not. Everything else is just like confusion.
Yeah, it's funny you say titles because I had a topic uh maybe about a few weeks ago, titles versus something else. I forget the specific title of the live that I had, but
Mhm.
it's crazy you say that titles are important, because um to backtrack on the whole celibacy thing, it's definitely a spiritual connection that happens when you are sexually involved with someone because
Mhm.
whatever they're going through in life, a lot of times when you're having those type of relations,
Mhm.
you like unknowingly embrace it,
Mhm.
and then you start to feel like, okay, why am I starting to feel this way? Because why you're literally living in this person's world without even knowing it.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's a spiritual attachment that you get when you do things like that. And she definitely spoke about that, find the reasons of doing that, was to find God, and those different things. Listen, my people out there, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, like you know what you're doing. All right. Yes, there is a Cash App. You can definitely go to my bio, the link in the bio, and you see my Cash App information on there. So definitely check that out. All right. So she says this is what really stuck out to me. Like she
Mhm.
said that they were close to being billionaires.
Mhm.
And I low key believe that because there was a point where DMX, he was charging $10 million a film.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He did that film with Aaliyah. He did the film with I think it was Steven Seagal. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? So he was definitely he was on point. He was getting to the
Mhm.
bag. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? So I can understand that. He dropped 2 albums in a year. All of them went platinum, sold like
Mhm.
6, 7 million. You feel me? So I can understand what she's saying by that. And I also what caught me off guard was what she was saying how um DMX was also first of all, rest in peace to DMX. We talking
Rest
about
in
this brother.
peace.
Rest in peace to DMX. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? She was talking about how he was offered an opportunity
Mhm.
to be an investor, a
Mhm.
minority investor in the Barclay Center. And
Mhm.
I found that very like that really wowed me because I
Mhm.
was like, dag, like this could have been
A
I
big
hope,
thing.
yeah, this could have been a big thing. This is what you call generational wealth. That was a
Mhm.
generational wealth moment. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Whether you was
Mhm.
getting 1% of Barclays or whatever
Mhm.
the case is, like that was a moment. And I hope
Yeah.
that he didn't, when he found out Jay-Z was involved with it,
That's what I was just about to
that
say, because
he
I know
was
Jay
like, yo,
Z is an
nah, I ain't messing with that
investor.
dude. I'm not dealing with nothing that this dude got to deal with because he had mixed feelings about Jay. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So it's like I think that's why we really can't, let our emotions get in the way of, hey, what's
Mhm.
up, Agnes? Where you from? That's
Mhm.
why we cannot let our emotions get in the way of our business opportunities. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like
Mhm.
relationships are 90% of your business.
Mhm.
Relationships are 90% of your business. Like you have to value relationships more than money. Because if you just going off of money, then a lot of times, you won't be successful. You understand? Oh, I'm just doing it for the money. Just doing it for the
I
money.
I
You
hear
know?
that, but I just feel like nobody could be a billionaire and have good relationships, because you have to do things in order to make that large amount of money.
Yeah.
Like, your relationships is with other rich people, but like, you have to
hmm
cross certain people and do some um no, not so nice things in order to become a billionaire. Everybody can't
hmm
have access to that sort of money
hmm
and that sort of status. So in order to get
Hmm.
to that point, you got to do certain things.
Exactly. And sometimes relationships might not be the best, but
Mhm.
you still do it just to
Mhm.
get yourself at that table, just to get
Mhm.
yourself in that space. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? And then you know what type of relationship it is. But
Mhm.
you just have to, in order to be successful, sometimes you have to create the relationship.
That's
You understand
true.
what I'm saying? You either create it or just deal with it, right? But
Mhm.
other than that, like that really wowed me. And she spoke about their spending habits. Like that
Mhm.
was one of the real reasons why um you found that he was like into to money problems or whatever the case is. Like it's
Mhm.
been like when you're a celebrity, you have to be careful how you're
With your
spending your
money.
money. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Like she said they was blowing $150,000 a night in hotels, like bringing everybody on vacations with them. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? And she went in on that, and her being able to uh be like the overseer of a lot of the things that of his spending and manage,
Mhm.
like picking management and picking accountants or whomever. I think that played a really big role in his life, and just her being
Yeah.
there for him. That was real. And
Mhm.
it's like it's crazy because it's like the higher you get in the industry, if you're involved with drugs and all those different things or whatever, like
Mhm.
that could really like mess with your judgment.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying? Then you start cheating on your wife, cheating on your
Mhm.
girl, you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And then her feelings will start getting involved. And now she's questioning why she's with you.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much what happened. And that's how she lost herself, in that she kind of lost herself emotionally in that relationship because she got tired of the cheating. You understand
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like she got tired of it. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that at least she was able to find God through X. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a positive thing in their relationship, that she was able to find God through him. And
Mhm.
when she found God through him, that's what enabled her to get out of the relationship.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Because we have to learn to put God first, but even before
Mhm.
your relationship. You know
Of
what I'm
course. I mean,
saying?
he should
So
definitely be the center because if he's not, then everything just come crashes and falling down. So,
you start
but.
blaming people and things of that
Mhm.
nature. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? And you can hold yourself accountable,
Mhm.
and not blame that person like, yo, I'm not where I want to be because of this dude or this lady or whatever the case is. Like it's very much important. And being able
Mhm.
to being I like how she said how he wanted her, he appreciated her being able to pray on her own.
Mhm.
I think that was very important. Like a lot of
Mhm.
times, you see the man, praying over the family, praying
Mhm.
with the woman or whatever, and
Mhm.
her being able to build enough courage to pray on her own was important,
Mhm.
because as black men, we need our women to pray for us. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? Not just while we're at the dinner table or when we're about to leave the house, but like when I'm at
In
work.
private. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, like we need that. You understand what
Mhm.
I'm saying? We need our woman to be able to speak life into whatever we have going on, whether
Mhm.
it's health, whether it's finance, whether it's the actual relationship. You understand
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Because, you know, relationships can be a struggle
Mhm.
sometimes. And if you don't have no type of spiritual guidance, or foundation within that relationship, you just moving off emotions.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can go back to like whatever, if you read the Bible or the Quran or whatever you read. Like if you're going through some in that relationship, you can say, yo, listen, let's go back to this scripture. You know what I'm saying? And discuss what we're going through. You know what I mean? Or get counseling or whatever, whatever it is,
You
you
see, we
know.
need to bring stuff like that back because everything is just on social media now. Like, I have an issue,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go blast you on social media. I'm gonna
Mhm.
take advice from my friends. Like, nobody really, let me not say nobody, but a lot of people don't really, like you said, go back to the scriptures and seek the word when they need help, especially in a relationship.
Mhm.
The advice comes from others, it comes from influencers, it comes from family, it comes from friends, it comes from what
Mhm.
you see. But
Mhm.
Nobody really opens up that Bible to go and read it,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. They
scared him.
getting their validation from the wrong source.
Mhm.
They're getting the validation from the wrong source.
Mhm.
And when you do that, and you gotta remember too, a lot of times, sometimes women, y'all get relationship from other women who are not even in relationships
Yes.
or not
Yes. Yes.
even married.
Mhm.
Like, and that be the catch too. I'll be like, yo, who you? It's like, you know what they say, misery loves company,
It does.
you know?
Mhm.
So it's like you gotta be careful where you get your, where you get your information from.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm grateful to have, a brother, actually two brothers who are married. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But my
Mhm.
older brother, he's been married for, what is he? He's like 49. He's been married since about maybe 25, 26 years old to his,
Mhm.
high school sweetheart. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm able to talk to him. I'm able to talk to my father. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying? My little brother, my oldest brother was married. He got divorced or whatever. But
Mhm.
like, it's important for us to be able to, um, and we're all God fearing individuals.
You know what I think it is too? A lot of us don't grow up with good examples around us. So because we don't have good examples around us, we don't like imitate that. Like we don't see that it's possible to have a successful marriage and have a
Hmm.
two-parent household and everybody's just happy. Like it's a lot
Hmm.
of divide, and in the black community especially, though. I would say other communities too, but like the Spanish stick together, the Jews stick together, the whites stick together, but for whatever reason, that's like our cross to carry, like our burden in the black community. Like it's a whole
Hmm.
bunch of division and just not
Hmm.
that many good examples for us.
Nope. Nope.
So,
Like you said earlier, what do?
mhm.
We go to TikTok and to the
Yes.
most trending conversation or whatever you want to call it, and we start to make our decisions based on that.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, you know, um, you might look on Instagram or social media and you like,
Mhm.
wow, he does this for his girl or whatever. It's like you can't live your lifestyle based on what you see on social media.
That's a
Like
fact.
it's
You
just
can't.
it's
It's all
just
cap. It's all cap anyway.
yeah, they doing it for the views. They doing it for the,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, for the engagement. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you gotta do what works for you.
Mhm.
You gotta do what works for you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And if it and like she said though, like when she first started being celibate or whatever it is, like she was able to a lot of times you're able to hear God more,
Mhm.
through your spirit
Mhm.
when you have less distractions.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? People often feel like they don't want to be in a relationship because um it could be drama, it could be complicated, or whatever the case is. And to be honest with you, that can distract your relationship with Christ. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? Because you're not able to hear what he has to say to you because you're always worrying about what he's doing or she's doing, or it's
Mhm.
always just something going on, you know what I'm saying, within that relationship. So um I think, a lot of times sex keeps people in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because
I agree and disagree because
okay.
if you're not happy, that is not going to make you happy. That's like a temporary thing, and then once that's
But how
over,
long
it's back.
how long is that temporary? That temporary could be 3 years.
Nah, then you're okay. Like you're being complacent at that point.
Hmm.
Sex alone is not gonna make anybody just want to stay in a relationship. Like that's
Hmm.
not, especially if it's like toxic and it's bad. Like at some point you're gonna have to build the courage and have enough respect for yourself to walk away.
Have you ever encountered like a female or a male friend who feel like they was in a relationship just for the sex, like
I
for
feel
a
like
certain amount of
males do
time?
that, but I
Hmm.
feel like females can do it too.
I
But
think I think they yeah, go ahead.
if they're miserable, they're gonna walk away eventually.
What is eventually? Eventually, how long is there a
3 years is a
timeline?
Three years is a drag. Like, we're not about to stay in a relationship for 3 years and we're both unhappy. At that point, it's like, okay, we're not in a relationship. Maybe we're just having casual sex. Like, we're not.
Hmm.
The title is not there anymore. Like we were talking
Hmm.
about earlier. Like, we're just, if I need somebody, I'll call you up. I hit you up, and that's
Hmm.
that. There's
Yeah.
no like, there's no because there's more to a relationship than just sex. So we're not
Hmm.
doing all the lovey-dovey romantic stuff anymore. Now we're just that's over. If that's all we're doing, then the relationship is dead. It's like a
Hmm.
dried up raisin.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. You can't use that as a reason to stay and be stagnant and be complacent and stay with
Hmm.
somebody and y'all not compatible. Y'all always arguing. Y'all could do that and then have an argument right after and be dread for
Yeah.
the rest of the day. So no, I don't necessarily agree with
Hmm.
that.
Did you see the interview that she did? The full interview?
I seen parts of the interview. Like, I seen the little snippets that they took for, like, the clickbait and stuff like that. I seen parts of
Hmm.
it, not the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because in the interview she did say like how she had a very high sex drive.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so did DMX, had a high, very high sex drive. And
Mhm.
like that can keep someone in a relationship. That could keep, that satisfaction along with how you emotionally feel about that person. Like she said, like, yo, like she felt like if she left X, that he would have died. You
But
understand what I'm
that's
saying?
toxic. Like, why did she specify why she felt like he would die? Is it because, like, she's helping him? Is it the drug use?
It was the drug thing.
Drug use.
It was like,
Okay.
and the stuff that he's been
Okay.
through. You
Mhm.
feel me? Like that was, and then she started to feel guilty,
Mhm.
pretty much because she felt like she was worshiping him. Like she felt like it was a worship relationship, and she was like, "Yo, I'm putting this guy before God." And that's when she kind of came to her senses and was like, "Yo, nah, I have to put God first." And
Mhm.
that's what gave her the courage and the strength to
Mhm.
get out of the relationship.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So there could be a lot of underlying reasons why people stay in relationships. It could be
Mhm.
because of kids. It could be because
True.
of, when you break up. I mean, not when you break up, but when you have an argument, you know what I'm saying? How do you make up? You make up through sex, and then you forget
Mhm.
about what really happened or the real reason. And then they're supporting you financially, and all of these different things, can play a role in the reasoning for staying in a relationship that could be possibly toxic,
Mhm.
and you know,
I
if,
think
if it
like
was God that
the
got
greatest
out.
yeah, I think like the greatest thing you could do though is, like I said, like, have self-respect and know when to
Hmm.
walk away. Cause staying
Hmm.
so for example, I'm gonna bring up the Kardashians. Something that doesn't necessarily make sense to me is
Hmm.
how they they always say like they want to keep the same baby daddy because they don't want to have multiple baby daddies. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna use Chloe as an example. You saw the way Tristan treated you the first time. While
Hmm.
you were pregnant, he was cheating on you with a whole bunch of different women. Why
Hmm.
would you now go back and have a kid with him just for the sake of, oh, I want my kids to have like the same dad? I get it, but if you had like self-respect for yourself, you would know that, I deserve better, so I'm gonna go find better because there is always better out there. You don't have to stay with Tristan, even though he's not treating you well, just for that reason
Hmm.
solely. And I noticed that all of the Kardashians did it. Kylie, um,
Mm.
the only person that walked away was Courtney. She left Scott, who was also treating her bad. She has 4 kids to be with Travis Barker, and now she's living her fairy tale life. So I just feel like there's power in walking away. And when you can't walk away, it shows like your insecurity and that you lack confidence
Hmm.
in
Is
yourself.
Scott, is he white or black?
Scott,
Yeah.
he's white. She's the only one that dated a white man.
I'm just saying, what
But
they
he was
say.
trash though.
You
He
know what
wasn't like
they
a
say, once you go black, you don't go back. So I mean, maybe it was a with the other ones that stayed. I think the other one was
even
dating.
even Kim, like, look at her and Kanye. You had all those kids with him, and he publicly disrespects you. I mean, I can't imagine having 4 kids with someone because it's not easy to be a mother. Like, motherhood is not a joke. And you
Hmm.
did all of that. You have 4 kids with one person, and they don't even have the respect for you.
Hmm.
They don't even treat you like the way you should be treated. Yes, the relationship might not work out, but there should still be some level of respect. You should not disrespect the mother of your kids that gave you one, two, three, four kids.
Yeah, yeah,
It doesn't
that
make
that
any
could be.
sense. Same thing with Tristan. She gave you two kids.
Mm,
Kylie, two kids. Like in situations like that, they was better off walking away and being with someone that will treat them with respect. They could have that two-parent household. They could have some sort of solidarity instead of saying like,
mhm,
"Oh, I just want to keep all my black children. I just want to have a black baby daddy. I want them to have
mhm,
the same mom and dad." Like I get it, but then I don't really get it because it shows that you don't have respect for yourself.
true,
That's
true,
that's how I
true.
see it.
All right, all right. I mean, that makes sense. So, how do you feel about Neo with the four girlfriends slash wives?
Did you see that one of his baby mothers was blacking on him on social media?
Yeah,
As she should.
yeah.
Like you're a father first. Well, you
Hmm.
was an artist before you became a father, but like as don't do stuff like that around your kids. Like, it's like you confusing them. And I feel like it's more so of an ego thing with him.
Hmm.
He has something to prove, which is why he's doing that. He wants to show the world that he
Mm.
can get girls, and that's what he's
But
doing.
why? I mean, why do you have to prove what? What is there to prove when you're a
Because
celebrity and you already like?
people say Neo is gay. You ain't heard those rumors before?
Oh, see, I don't be in tune like that. Oh, so there was rumors. There was prior rumors that Neo is down with the LGBTQ.
Neo is a part of the LGBTQ community. That's why else would you need to have four women to prove that you get girls? Like, how old are you? You're a grown man. Come on now. He's
Wow.
LGBTQ for sure.
Wow. And my thing is, it's like, bro, like, even if you do get down like that, as far as like got four women, four wives, whatever you want to call it
Uh-huh.
doesn't have to be like
Public.
publicized,
Yeah. Yeah.
because now your children might want to look at it's it's just like there. It's like I ain't no hater, but it's like there, bro. Like you gotta be careful how you move out here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely something that you have to be mindful of,
Mm-hmm.
because they watch it.
Mm-hmm.
These kids is watching, man. You know what I'm saying? But wow, wow, that's interesting. I know X. He had a lot of children or whatever, and his wife. She made it clear that she knows all the baby mothers, and
How many kids did
they
DMX have? 15?
around that number. Yeah, yeah, around that number. And she also said, like, you have to have a will, because if you don't have a will, then when you're gone, how the money and the estate is broken up. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. It might not be done the right way. You understand what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So, or the way you want it to be done. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So I think that's very important. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but shout out to Tashira. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna buy the book. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna tag her on this live
Mm-hmm.
and do some promo on IG. And listen, Lydia, thank you for coming on. You
No
understand what I'm
problem.
saying? Definitely gonna have you back on here so we can definitely chop it up when you got some more time.
Yes.
And we're
With
gonna get
our
to it.
extra special guest here too
Exactly,
in the
exactly, exactly.
background. Yeah.
Exactly. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Salute.
Yeah, shout out to
Salute.
him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, cool. All right, cool. So, sis, I'm gonna talk to you later. All right.
All right, make sure y'all subscribe and send that
Subscribe
money.
to the channel.
Okay?
Send that guap. Send
Period.
that guap.
Send that guap.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
All right.